Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 94 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where today I would like to stop doing this. So I've got a second Master Blood Orb now. Two of them, both bound to me. And I'm going to be doing some stuff in today's episode to get ready for what I want to do, which is no more of this. So I want to automate this altar as much as possible, and there's going to be a lot of things involved in automating it. First things first, I'd like to automate the creation of some of the runes that we're going to need to automate. Now, annoyingly, they're tricky to craft because, most mods don't recognize the whole NBT difference of different owners and different things. Also, because the orbs don't get used up during the craft, when you auto-craft with things like Refined Storage, they think you need 30 blood orbs in order to make 30 runes, which is just not the case. So I'm going to work around that by using an old trick. Crafters. Crafters should solve this problem for me, I would think. And it really can kind of sit wherever we want it to. How about right here? Sure, why not? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a crafter from Refined Storage and get ready to set up auto-crafting of these runes. And it's really quite simple. All we have to do is get the rune recipe programmed in, like so. But realistically, we want it in a processing mode thingy. So let's get some slates. Do we have some? I did make a bunch between episodes in preparation for a thing that I want to do. So let's get some reinforced slates. Probably just one of each should be fine. Okay. And then we also want some stone. I know we're going to need some of that. Some buckets, some water buckets. Let's get one of them ready. All right, cool. So blank runes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stone with an orb and a slate. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I want 7 of those and a slate. And that will get me a blank rune. And I'm pretty sure I can drag from JEI for this, but let's just validate that. Yes, perfect. Cool. So 7 stones and a blank slate will get me a blank rune. Then we go over here and we set up the blank rune recipe for recipe 1. Okay. And what we're going to do is I'm going to substitute this guy, and we're going to do external C, and we're going to craft all. And we're going to remember the position of our blood orb, and then we apply it. And what this should do, and realistically, I don't think it matters too much, but we'll just do this because it should be fine. It should, or dictionary it, but whatever. What it's going to do is it's going to say, hey, I'm going to craft all the things I can with this recipe, but the extra components, like buckets, or in this example, the Master Blood Orb, will go back into the internal crafting table. So if I apply that, dude, we should be cool. Now watch what happens when I put this recipe in here and I ask for 10 blank runes after giving it back these guys. See what's happening? It's making the blank runes and leaving the orb in there. Perfectly. Perfectly. How cool is that? And then we can just simply import this guy. Maybe throw a little bit of speed upgrades in there. Cool. Little bit of cabling. And suddenly, we've completed our craft, and everything's cool. How cool is that? Beautiful. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing, but for the other runes. So this is going to be a little bit of a manual and annoying process because there's not a quick way to JEI paste it in. So I'm just going to have to, do it manual-like. So I'm going to do that off camera now. So the speed rune is going to be 2 of these and a blank rune. I'm just showing you the gist of what I'm doing. And then we need 4 stone and 2 sugar. And then that'll be the pattern for this one, right? And we'll come back after I do the rest in just a moment here. Cool? Cool. Be right back. All right, if I'm not mistaken, I think I did all these correctly. I probably shouldn't have taken them out of JEI there, but that's not a big deal because I know which ones I did. Sacrifice, external C. I did displacement. I'm going to make that all external so that the empty buckets go out. I'm pretty sure that's the way we want that to go, right? I think we had augmented capacity in there. No, just capacity. And that can be all well, I think that's all external. Cool. And then I think the last one was acceleration. That can be external C. And we'll replace this guy with that. That needs a speed rune, by the way. So it's really only a few of these that need the orb, but that should be fine. Okay, cool. So now if I say I want, you know, let's say 10 acceleration runes, we need some demonic slates. Hey, I have exactly that many. Lucky me. So he should be making a bunch of things now. Look at that. Speed runes and acceleration runes and everything's working. Cool, right? Beautiful. So good. What's up, Enderman? Why are you coming into my base? Don't come into my house. Alright. So that's neato. Cool. So now we've got some runes. I'm going to definitely want some runes of sacrifice, too. So let's get up to this area. I'm just going to take all... Well, what I should do... I should set up, like, remote access to this kind of thing or whatever, but meh. For now, I'm just going to put it in here. Alright, so I want, like... Actually, I have a lot of runes of sacrifice, don't I? So, here's what I want to do. Let's turn the lights on in there. How's my current life points doing? Not bad, up into the 180s. Sweet. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. You ready? We're going to build underneath the mob spawn room here. I'm going to go basically 5 down, or 3 or 4 down from the center. 3? 3 sounds good to me. And I'm going to put my Master Ritual Stone. Okay. And we're going to change up what this room does. Rather than pushing the mobs over to here, we're just going to have them stay in this room. So we can get rid of pretty much all the fanciness of this room and make it into a simple mob spawner. Okay. We're going to get our Ritual Diviner here. I can remove a lot of this complexity that didn't need to exist no mores. Technically, I don't need you here no mores, so that's cool. You can go away. And let's put you into Well of Suffering mode. There's a lot of things. Well of Suffering, there we go. Sweet. That's what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. Now, did I make my Ritual Stones? I did. Good job. Excellent. Look at it going. Beautiful, right? How cool is that? All right, good to go. Nice. And then we should be all done and all built now. So that looks good. And then underneath this guy, a couple blocks, I'm going to stick my new blood altar. And what I'd like to do is show what a tier 4 blood altar is going to look like in this block space. So if I clicked on this guy, does that look pretty cool? That looks pretty cool, right? I think that's cool. That's actually a perfect layout, because you can see it it does its thing, right? So let's start with runes. What do we got by way of runes? We probably have a few runes that we can get. I know I'm going to want some acceleration runes. So let's start with that one. I'm going to start with 8 of these. Now, this guy's job, we're basically going to have multiple altars now. This guy's job, we don't need any speed runes because we're not interested in making things quickly. What we want is acceleration runes, whose job will be to speed up the transfer of LP. I might want all 9. I think 19 is the most that you're going to need because it starts at once every 20 ticks, and each acceleration rune makes it so it can transfer out 1 tick faster. So minus 19 brings you down to once a tick. Pretty sure that's how that works. We'll find out. I wouldn't mind some capacity runes. Let's go with like 20 of those. We're missing imbued slates for that, but I should have some. I guess 16 is what we're going with. Okay. Now, what I can also do is I can remove these runes here. What I should probably do is replace them with blank runes for the time being. Let's just get like 30-ish of them. Does that sound cool? That should be fine, right? And where's my exchanger? Okay, that's enough. So I'm going to exchange out all the runes of sacrifice, because we don't really need runes of sacrifice anymore over here, right? Because I'm no longer sacrificing. Okay. What I'm doing is... Did you have fuzzy mode on? You might have had fuzzy mode on. Yeah, I probably didn't want fuzzy mode on for that. Let's do... this and that. Perfect. That brings that back. So now you've got some speeds, and that's about it. What other runes do we got going on here? Mostly sacrifice, which is cool, which is what we want for this altar. So this altar is going to do all the killing. He's going to want a lot of sacrifice runes so that we get lots of mob drops. Well, life points, right? Let's get some glowstone. Let's get some blood stone brick so that we're ready for these bits. Okay. And if memory serves correctly, by the way, these don't have to be stone bricks. They can 100% be basically any kind of block that's solid. So you can make it out all kinds of cool stuff. But you know Dyer, he no good decorator. Let's do... this. Okay. And then I'm just going to put one down lower, even though technically we don't need it. Let's get our sacrifice runes going here. Getting there. That's looking good. I need some kind of thing that makes it so that my mining speed is not reduced while I'm flying. That's always been a pet peeve of mine. And I think there's like one or two things that basically allow that to happen. Okay. And then this guy come over here. And I'm basically going to math, well, maybe not math it out, but get a good idea of what it would be like, or what kind of rune augments we want on this thing, right? So now we just need the middle area there. So how about, let's get, how many augmented, or how many capacity runes did I get? I got 16 of them. Let's do 15. Does that sound like a good number? Because then that would be 3 of the 5 sets. Okay. And maybe a couple more acceleration runes? That's going to need a lot of stuff. Oh, displacement runes is something I wanted, wasn't it? That's missing imbued slates. Let's let this thing run again, because I'm going to need more slates for sure. Well, let's start with this, because I already broke everything down. Let's start with getting this last bloodstone cap here. And getting, what we'll do is for now, we'll just go with whatever runes I happen to have some of. Yeah, but displacement's definitely one we're going to want. What do we got here? A few more sacrifices? Let's just make them blank for now so that I remember, hey, I want to make this better. Hooray! And now if we look at this guy, he should be tier 4 with a 40,000 buffer. Awesome. Now, if we activate this guy with a weakened activation crystal, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to remove all of this. Okay. Then we're going to break that. Okay. We realistically don't need this anymore. Okay. I guess the correct way to properly seal that in would be like that. Is that cool? Okay, I like that. Okay, now we can activate the ritual with the weakened crystal. A rush of energy flows through the crystal. Sweet. Can I see anything about this? Not really. Not with this. But I think there's a ritual tinkerer that I might want to check out. Let's take a look at that. The Ritual Tinkerer is an essential tool for the advanced Sanglomancer who's looking to get all they can out of their rituals. You can cycle between them by pressing left shift and right button. Okay, so let's get... Oh, we need demonic slates for that. Oh. Do we have any more of those? I don't think we do. All right, well, we're going to have to get one in a minute. Let's see what happens when you turn the lights off in there. And hopefully, mobs will spawn, and then mobs will get hurt. Yeah, they are. Now, check this out. This guy, as a reminder, has an internal tank. But look, he's filling up on LP. That's awesome. A drone died? Dude, did you hit my drone? I think he hit my drone. I think this thing reached all the way in here and killed my drone. 100% that's exactly what happened. Well, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. But look, we're getting LP. How cool is that? Nice! Now, if we wanted to, we could 100%, turn lights on when that altar fills up, which we probably will want to do. So what's happening right now is the altar is hurting the mobs in there and generating LP every time it does so. Fully automated, which is cool. All right, so now we have that. Let's do this also. Let's come over here, and what I'm going to do is muffle this room. So I think I have this muffler. I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to add a new one. This is the one that was over there. Let's make the range 8 blocks. Okay. Mute all our death sounds here as well. I'm guessing that's a witch ambient or drink. We're getting there. Okay, that's nice and quiet, right? And if we need to modify anything else, we will. Spider ambience. And skeleton ambience. Go. Now this will also, by the way, drop items, which we're going to have to deal with. We could probably handle it with this guy, right? what I would do the items, and then we just put them here. I don't know what side this is. What direction is that? East? Okay. There you go. Cool, right? Beautiful. Alright, so that handles mob drops. That handles annoying mob sounds. We know that they're in there right now, which is cool. And we're generating LP. We've probably filled up this tank already. We absolutely have. So now let's handle the tank. Alright, so with that, we're going to get this stuff out. And let's do a couple things. So on the up, alright, there's a few things we want to sense. Well, first off, we want to transfer the LP over here. So let's start with that. So over here on the up, we're going to insert fluids, right? Let's put it on the red channel, 14, right? So you're always going to insert fluids. We have a lot of lasery things going on over here already. What I could say is, like, right here-ish could be a thing. Let's get our laser IO thing out. Find you. Do that. Is that cool? Or is that over one? I think we might want him actually here. That looks better, right? Yeah. And then let's put this guy to here. Is that cool? Alternatively, we could run him straight down to maybe here-ish. That might be cooler. Let's remove the connection here. That looks pretty neat, right? Now you can do an extract on the up. Now we're probably going to want overclockers. Boy, did I let my inventory get out of control. So on the up, you're going to, on the red channel, extract fluids as much as you can, as fast as you can. Now if we watch, is that going? I think slowly but surely. I know there's an internal tank. And hopefully this works. I know there's an internal tank. And that tank has to be buffered before it will fill. Right? I would assume that you're working on the up. You're inserting fluids. This is all connected, right? Everything's connected here, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure? Yeah, I'm sure it is. Hey, yeah, no, there we go. It's filling. It just had to fill up its internal buffer. But it's really slow. So there's two tanks in a Blood Altar, one that you can see and one that you can't. And the one you can't see kind of has to fill up before the other one will, and vice versa. So we definitely need to get those displacement runes. So to get displacement runes, so let's see. Right now it looks like it's doing about 20 per operation. And because of the acceleration runes that we put down there, it's probably going like once every handful of ticks or whatever. So let's get a displacement rune and see what that does. Now we're going to want also to do those. Let's see. Now what are you doing? Seems a little bit more, but I can't quite tell. Now, are you going to go faster, though? I don't think you will, because you also need a displacement rune to speed you up. So basically, both of these are going to need displacement and acceleration runes to make them faster. Cool? Cool. So here's the deal. There's nothing saying I can't craft over here, right? I believe that to be true. And if I want more displacement runes, all we need is some slates. Okay. Wait for it to poof. And we do that. So we're going to want a healthy amount of these. Let's get like close to 10 to start. See how good it is though? Like the ritual makes this so much better because you don't even need to like do anything. Now it's just like, let's get it automated. Told you today was going to be heavy automation. So I'm going to go with 9 of these, and we're going to see how that does. Hopefully well. We're still going to want some acceleration runes, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's get the displacement runes going first. So 9 of these, and then we can exchange them. Okay, so there's 4. Okay, now hopefully we can exchange another 5, and that will make our lives a lot easier up here. Yeah, those are blank. Okay, so let's see what our transfer rate looks like now. I would expect it to be better. Doesn't super seem to be, though, right? Oh, it's probably filling up that internal buffer. I wish I could see the internal buffer. We could probably do it with, like, you know. Oh, is that 120? Is that 120 telling me something? Was that 20 a minute ago? Was that 20 a minute ago? I guess we wait for the internal buffer to fill and then we'll see. But is that what that's telling me? Well, no, because this is 20. No, because that looks like 50-ish? Maybe 49? I think it's 49, right? 59? 49. Yeah, 49. Yeah, 49. Definitely 49. So we're going to want a lot more displacement runes. For sure. Let's get 14-ish more, and I'm going to do that off camera. So I will be right back. You know what we could do? Let's test this a little bit with like a buffery type thing. Let's get an ultimate tank. Because I'm not sure if we need displacements on both sides or not. So here's what I'm going to do to test that theory. I'm not sure. I don't actually have any idea. Let's get this. So now we've got 14 of these. All right, now let's get our ultimate tank. What I'm going to do is I'm going to exchange this guy with regular runes. Okay, and then we're going to transfer on the up. We're going to make you go into the black channel, and then on the down, you're going to insert fluids into the black channel. Okay. And then we stick this dude there, and let's see how much we're getting. 20 millibuckets per tick, right? Then we exchange this back into displacement runes. Well, 20 millibuckets per operation, not per tick. That's better, right? I think so. Yeah, that's the higher amount. Okay, cool. Yeah, now we're cooking. That's the 49. Okay, cool. Let's get displacement rune times 14. Shouldn't be a problem. Blank slates we need more of. That could be true. Let's also extract from here on red. And that will be as much as you can, as fast as you can. Okay, so now we have a buffer tank in between those two. And this guy should be filling again. Good. Excellent. Nice. All right, now let's get our tier 1 runes. which we could probably... We're getting close to being able to automate these. I bet if I did a little bit of this... Getting there. We just need to get up to 25,000. But soon we should be able to get some tier 1 runes. Though I do have 9 blank runes here, so could I use those for displacements? We're missing 3 still, but close. Definitely close. I broke you guys. Would that count? That counts. That works. Sweet. Yeah, displacement runes needs a bucket of water, by the way. That's why that one's a little bit slow. So there's the 3 to bring me back to a tier 4 altar here. Now you should be able to get a little bit faster, right? That's faster. That's faster for sure. And remember, we want acceleration runes here too, because this guy is probably moving faster because he has 8 acceleration runes. See how much faster the transfer is occurring here? It's happening like every half a second. That's because of the acceleration runes. This one's slower because it doesn't have acceleration runes, which we're going to resolve in just a moment. Okay, so that's that. And what can we get rid of over here? I guess we could say, let's just do this one. So now he should be doing a lot more LP transfer, right? Yeah, it looks like in the hundreds of millibuckets per tick, which is pretty good. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. And remember, we can always go to a tier 5. All right, so now this guy should be getting LP pretty quickly, which is cool. What I wouldn't mind doing is changing up the measurement here. So instead of turning off the lights when this guy's full, right? So right now we have, when you're at 25, you can craft, but we also have that when you're at 30, right? So let's take this out, put him over here in the up. And make him 40. So now, if you ever have 40,000, the lights will go off, right? Now I can test that by changing you to 35. And when that happens, the lights should be on right now. See? How cool is that? And it'll prevent mob spawns. Now, witches tend to heal themselves faster than the ritual ones, so that's kind of good. But, you know, you get the idea. But then we make it 40 again, the lights should be off. Ta-da! How cool is that? How cool is that? I like it, right? Isn't that cool? So now we've got a buffer of LP in a big tank, like 256 buckets worth of LP, that we will eventually be able to accumulate. I do want some acceleration runes over here. That would be super cool if I could get them. What I'd like to do... Let's do this. We've got some reinforced slates. Let's get 8 demonic slates. Okay, so to do that, boom. Okay, then we let it reaccumulate. Well, actually, he's draining faster than he's producing right now. That's interesting. Oh, probably because he's tick accelerated. Yeah. You know, I wonder if I could tick accelerate. Does that do something? I can't tell. But I bet tick accelerating this dude is making it transfer into the tank faster. Which is cool. That's kind of cool, actually. That means I could do the same here. And he might be able to keep up? Yeah, we definitely need to get some acceleration runes into this guy. 100% need some acceleration runes over here. I'd like to get 7 of them. But we'll see. All right, so I'm ready to go with the acceleration runes, which should, in theory, make this transfer faster now. Once he hits tier 4, he'll transfer in faster now. So see how much more quickly the numbers are going up when he's not crafting, obviously. So rather than going once every 20 ticks, he's now going once every, let's see, that's 7. Let's replace 1 more. And that'll be just a little bit faster. And that's cool. Now, if we wanted to make a few more acceleration runes, we absolutely could, and probably should on this side, because this guy won't be able to extract quite as fast, because we're kind of maxed out on runes over here. But we do have a big buffer, right? And we can extract from this fluid tank as quickly as we want. So that's cool, right? So once this guy is done with all his catch-up crafting, which shouldn't actually be too long, and I should be able to tick accelerate our way into some speeds there, right? So how cool is this, right? So he's just making his reinforced slates, and he's constantly getting enough LP to make the crafting happen. Now, once we get into tier 3 slates, we might have a little bit of a problem. Where are we at? We don't really have any extras, so that's fine. So yeah, once we're getting into imbued slates, it's going to take a few seconds to like refill that buffer. What numbers do I have on this guy at the moment? I forget. 16 imbued. So once we hit 16 imbued here, we'll start making demonics, and then we can make probably, let's see, we put 8 in there already. Let's say 10 more. Does 10 sound like a number, or do we not have enough room for 10? No, we have. We may not have enough room for 10. We can make at least 6 more. How's 6 more sound? Blank runes. Yeah, it should be fine. And then we should be able to insert pretty close to once a tick. It would be once every, let's see, that's 714. So like once every 6 ticks, or once every quarter of a second is when we would be inserting. So yeah, we want 6 more demonic runes, and then we should be cool. Works for me, right? Cool. Yeah, I'm liking this design. I'm liking this setup quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. Especially when you tick accelerate it. Especially when you tick accelerate it. It's so good. Interesting that he's not quite as fast as I would hope him to be. Did we drain? Oh, wow, we killed. That's why. That's why it's slow. We killed this buffer. Holy cow, did we kill that buffer? Did we really burn through that much LP already? I mean, I guess so. I guess so. But we did get our first demonic slate, so that's nice. We should probably throw more accelerations in here then, because this guy is definitely could do with more acceleration runes. Maybe we'll replace some capacity runes. That might not be a bad idea. Because the displacements are good. We really want to keep a bunch of sacrifices. You kind of want to find a... This is what I like about this mod, is you need to kind of find a balance, right? Let's do this. Let's bring this guy down to 30 on the sensor. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is get 5 more. I should be able to do this for the record. That should help. Yeah, buddy. And I really want to get up to... I know we want like 6 more here, right? And 5 more there. So 11 demonics is probably where we want to be. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to make 5 more acceleration runes, which will make... I'll replace with these, right? So you're doing okay right now, but I'd like you to... See, we're producing more LP than we can transfer. So that's going to be a big part of what we're going to fix here, right? So we do this, and then we check this out, and we're down to 30,000 as our max now, but we should be able to transfer a lot more quickly. Like, notice how much faster this transferring occurs, right? That's good. That's what we want. I mean, now realistically, we could do that again, right? Well, because we're at 8 and 5 is 13. 5 more would make it like almost instant, right? 5 more would bring us down to 18. So it would be like once every 2 ticks it would transfer. And that could be cool. Could be cool. Because I don't really think we need a big buffer in here, right? I don't think so. Think so. Look how much. That's so cool. I love it. I love it. It's so good. Definitely better. Yeah, so acceleration is how quickly it can transfer. Displacement is how much, it does. So acceleration is really much better than displacement, I think. I might even replace these 5. That might be what I do, is replace the displacements with accelerations. That might be cool. Because doing it more often is better than doing a little bit more per operation. Yeah, so let's replace these 5 here with acceleration runes. And then in theory, you should be getting this transfer a lot faster. See how much faster it's going now? How cool is that? Right? And now hopefully we're keeping up on our LP. And by the way, you can totally speed upgrade this. That's cool. All right, we got to wrap up. It's definitely wrapping up point. So this is a good thing. I will continue to kind of babysit this a little bit, tweaking this and that. I can always, because I've got extra rune slots over here, I was going to go, I was going to say 6 more acceleration runes. Acceleration runes are definitely better than displacement, but combining them is better than not. So both good. All right, but for now, wrapping up point. So Darwell 20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.